Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to listen to me right now, because what I am about to say could change the trajectory of your life. How many of you have felt like giving up? How many of you have poured your heart, your soul, your sweat, and your tears into something only to feel like nothing is happening? I want you to understand something tonight, right in this very moment. Your breakthrough is not gone. Your miracle is not lost. You are standing on the edge of something God ordained, something promised, something powerful. But the problem is, most people quit just before the blessing arrives. Most people give up right before the door opens, right before the mountain moves, right before the impossible becomes possible. So I'm here to challenge you today. Don't quit before God moves. Hold on when your faith is tested. Stand when the world says collapse. Keep going when every sign says stop. Because the moment you decide to persist, the moment you refuse to surrender, the moment you keep walking through the fire, that is the moment everything changes. That is the moment your story turns from struggle to victory. That is the moment God shows up and your life will never be the same again. Trusting the timing of God is one of the hardest things for us to do, especially when we are desperate for answers and relief. We want things to happen on our schedule, according to our plans, according to the way we think life should unfold. But life does not always move according to our desires. There are moments when it feels like nothing is happening, when days turn into weeks, months, and even years, and yet the circumstances around us remain the same. In those moments, it is so easy to become impatient, to doubt, to wonder if God is really listening, or if the dream we are holding on to is slipping through our fingers. But this is exactly the moment when trust matters most. Trust is not passive. It is not just a word we say when life is easy. True trust is active, persistent, and unwavering, even when the evidence around us suggests otherwise. Trusting God's timing means believing that every delay, every season of waiting, and every challenge is not random. It is purposeful. It is shaping us, preparing us, and positioning us for something greater than we could imagine. When we trust the timing of God, we choose to release our grip on control. We acknowledge that our perspective is limited, that we cannot see the full picture, and that the Creator who knows the end from the beginning is orchestrating every detail of our lives. It means believing that just because we cannot see progress does not mean progress is not being made. There are unseen forces at work, doors being prepared, and pathways being aligned while we are in the waiting room of life. Trusting God's timing also requires patience, which is often tested in the fire of delay. We want instant results, immediate answers, and quick fixes, but God's timing is perfect, and it often comes at the exact moment when we are fully ready to receive it. Rushing, forcing, or manipulating circumstances can derail the blessings meant for us. Instead, we must cultivate a heart that waits with hope, that continues to serve, pray, and walk in faith even when the waiting feels unbearable. Trusting God's timing changes our perspective. It allows us to see waiting not as punishment, but as preparation. It teaches us humility, resilience, and endurance. It molds our character and strengthens our faith. When we finally see the breakthrough, the moment will not only bring victory, but also clarity, wisdom, and appreciation for the journey we endured. So today I challenge you to hold on, Hold on when it seems like nothing is happening. Hold on when the path is unclear, when the delays are long, when the pressure is high. Trust that God's timing is perfect. Trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by. And most importantly, trust that the waiting is not wasted, because the right time is coming and it will be more glorious than anything you could have imagined. Perseverance in the midst of trials is what separates those who achieve their destiny from those who give up too soon. Life is filled with challenges, obstacles, and moments that test every ounce of our strength and faith. It is easy to feel defeated when we face rejection, failure, or setbacks, but it is in these very moments that perseverance becomes our most powerful tool. Perseverance is not simply stubbornness, it is a conscious decision to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear and the outcome uncertain. It is refusing to quit when every part of you wants to surrender, and it is continuing to fight when the world seems to be against you. The truth is, every great achievement, every story of success is built on the foundation of persistence. The people who reach their breakthrough are not those who never faced hardship, but those who faced it and refused to let it define them. When you persevere, you are building resilience. You are proving to yourself and to the world that your spirit cannot be broken, your vision cannot be stolen, and your purpose cannot be derailed. Trials are not meaningless. They are refining moments that strengthen your character, deepen your faith, and sharpen your focus. Perseverance requires patience, courage, and faith. It demands that you trust the process even when it seems long and exhausting. It requires that you keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when the weight of your struggles feels unbearable. And it asks you to remember why you started, to hold on to the vision that ignited your heart in the first place. The journey will not be easy. There will be days when doubt whispers in your ear, when fear threatens to paralyze you, and when obstacles seem insurmountable. But perseverance is what allows you to push through those moments and discover strength you never knew you had. Every challenge you endure, every setback you overcome, every moment you choose to rise instead of retreat brings you closer to your breakthrough. Perseverance is also contagious. When others see you refusing to quit, when they witness your unwavering commitment to your goals and your faith, it inspires them to hold on as well. Your perseverance becomes a light in a world that often gives up too soon, a testimony that with determination and faith, victory is always within reach. So when life gets hard, when the storms rage around you, and when giving up feels like the easier path, remember that perseverance is the bridge between struggle and success. Keep pressing forward, keep believing, keep fighting. Your trials are not the end of your story. They are the training ground for your triumph. The breakthrough you have been waiting for is on the other side of your persistence. Do not give up. Do not quit. Hold on, because your perseverance will lead you exactly where you are meant to go. Discouragement is one of the most dangerous traps we face on the journey to our destiny. It creeps in quietly, whispering lies that make us question our worth, our purpose, and our ability to succeed. It tells us that our dreams are too big, that our efforts are in vain, and that we should just give up. But discouragement is not the truth. It is a test. It is a test designed to measure the strength of your faith. The depth of your commitment and the resilience of your spirit, every time you feel discouraged, you are being given an opportunity to rise above, to refuse the lie, and to move forward with renewed determination. The problem with discouragement is that it often comes at the most critical moments. It shows up when you are on the verge of a breakthrough, when your efforts are about to bear fruit, and when giving up would mean missing the very blessing you have been waiting for. That is why it is so important to recognize it for what it is, a temporary feeling, not a permanent reality. Discouragement is not a verdict on your life. It is a challenge to your faith. It is a call to dig deeper, to hold on tighter, and to remind yourself why you started in the first place. When you face discouragement, it is essential to confront it with truth. You must speak words of faith over your situation, remind yourself of your purpose, and remember the promises that have been made to you. Surround yourself with encouragement, with people who lift you up, with messages that strengthen your resolve, and with reminders of how far you have already come. Discouragement loses its power when you refuse to feed it, when you refuse to let it dictate your actions, and when you choose to focus on the possibilities rather than the obstacles. You must understand that every person who has ever achieved greatness has faced discouragement. Every dream that has ever come true has been pursued through moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not the absence of discouragement, but the refusal to allow it to stop them. When you are tempted to give in to discouragement, remember that it is only temporary. The storm will pass, the delay will end. The breakthrough will come. Your faith and persistence are stronger than any feeling of despair, and your determination will carry you through even the darkest moments. Do not allow discouragement to steal your vision, to weaken your resolve, or to silence your hope. Stand firm, press on, and remind yourself that you are capable of more than you know. Your story is not over, your blessing is not lost, and your victory is closer than you think. The test of discouragement is a test of character, and when you pass it, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more ready than ever to receive the life that has been waiting for you. Faith requires action, and it is not enough to simply believe that something good will happen without taking steps to move toward it. Many people wait for circumstances to change or for opportunities to appear, thinking that faith is passive. But true faith is active. It demands that you step out, take risks, and continue moving forward even when you cannot see the full path ahead. Action is the evidence of your belief. It is the proof that you are not just hoping for change, but that you are willing to partner with God, with the universe, or with your own efforts to bring that change to life. When you take action, you are telling the world, and more importantly yourself, that you refuse to be defeated by fear, doubt, or uncertainty. Moving forward, even when the outcome is unclear, strengthens your faith and positions you for your breakthrough. Waiting without action can become a form of stagnation. It can create a false sense of security, a belief that simply hoping and praying will be enough. But the law of life is that faith without works is incomplete. Every small step you take in alignment with your vision, every choice you make to keep going despite challenges, builds momentum that cannot be ignored. Action amplifies faith because it transforms belief into reality. It is in the doing that opportunities are revealed, doors are opened, and solutions appear. You may not see the entire staircase, but taking the first step puts you on the path toward the place you are meant to reach. Taking action also requires courage because stepping forward often involves risk, uncertainty, and discomfort. It requires that you confront your fears and doubts head on and trust that the next step will lead you closer to your goal. Each step builds confidence, resilience, and clarity. It teaches you lessons that waiting alone could never provide. Action and faith work together like partners in a dance. Faith gives you the vision, the hope, and the belief that the impossible is possible. Action gives you the means to make that vision tangible. One without the other leaves you either lost in dreams or stuck in paralysis. You must move even when you feel unprepared, even when the odds seem against you, and even when the path is uncertain. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your breakthrough. Do not allow fear of failure or doubt of the outcome to keep you from acting. The universe rewards those who are willing to move, to try, and to persist in spite of uncertainty. Faith without action is waiting. Faith with action is transformation. Take the step today, make the move, and trust that every effort you make in faith is being multiplied and aligned with your purpose. Your breakthrough is not just a result of belief. It is the result of belief in motion. Your breakthrough often comes immediately after your greatest moment of struggle. Even if it doesn't feel like it at the time, life has a way of testing us, of pushing us to our limits, and of placing mountains in our path just to see if we are willing to climb. The moment when everything seems darkest, when hope feels distant, and when the weight of your burdens threatens to crush you, is often the exact moment before your life changes. It is easy to feel like the struggle is endless, like the obstacles are insurmountable, and like the blessings you have been waiting for will never arrive. But history, stories of triumph, and countless testimonies all reveal a pattern. The greatest victories are often preceded by the greatest challenges. Struggle is not a sign that you are failing. It is a signal that something significant is about to happen. It is the pressure that shapes diamonds, the storm that clears the path, and the refining fire that prepares you for your moment of glory. Often, when you feel like giving up, the universe is arranging the pieces, lining up the doors, and orchestrating the events that will lead you to your breakthrough. The key is to hold on. The key is to refuse to quit, to keep pushing, and to maintain faith even when the circumstances seem impossible. Your struggle is temporary, but the lessons you learn, the resilience you build, and the strength you develop during this time are permanent. The breakthrough is the reward for persistence, courage, and unwavering faith. Every challenge you face is equipping you for the next stage of your life. Every difficulty you endure is preparing you for responsibility, leadership, and the fulfillment of your purpose. Your breakthrough is often closer than you realize, and it may be arriving in ways you do not expect. Sometimes the struggle teaches you humility. Sometimes it teaches you patience. Sometimes it teaches you the value of perseverance. When your breakthrough finally comes, it will not only bring relief and success, but also clarity and wisdom. You will see why the struggle was necessary, why the waiting was essential, and why every moment of difficulty mattered. Do not despise the season of hardship, because it is the soil in which your blessing grows. Do not give up when the battle is hardest, because victory is often one step beyond despair. Keep fighting, keep believing, and keep moving forward. Your breakthrough is waiting for you, ready to transform your life, elevate your spirit, and fulfill the purpose you were created for. Remember that the most remarkable stories, the most extraordinary successes, and the most powerful testimonies all come from those who refused to quit in the face of overwhelming struggle. Your moment is coming. Hold on, stay faithful, and be ready to receive it, because the best is often right after the storm. As we come to the close of this message, I want you to hear this and take it deep into your spirit. Your story is far from over. Every challenge, every delay, every moment of doubt is not the end. It is a setup for your breakthrough. You were never meant to quit, never meant to give up, and never meant to settle for less than what God or destiny has in store for you. Remember, trusting the timing of your life, persevering through trials, refusing to let discouragement control you, taking bold steps of faith, and holding on through your greatest struggles. These are the keys that unlock your victory. Life will test you, pressure you, and push you to the edge, but it is in those moments that your faith, your strength, and your resilience are revealed. The breakthrough you have been waiting for is closer than you think. It is often waiting right on the other side of your patience, your persistence, and your refusal to quit. So I challenge you today, do not let fear, doubt, or delay steal your destiny. Do not walk away just before the blessing arrives. Keep trusting, keep moving, keep believing, and keep standing firm. Your breakthrough is coming. The moment you have been praying for, striving for, and holding on for is at your doorstep. Open your heart, lift your spirit, and step into the life that has been waiting for you all along. You were made for victory. You were created for purpose, and nothing, no struggle, no delay, no discouragement can stop what is meant for you. Hold on, stay faithful, and watch as the impossible becomes your reality. Today is the day to rise, to stand, and to declare that you will not quit before God moves. Your time is now, your moment is here, and your breakthrough is unstoppable.